Yo, what up, man? Chris, somebody checking back in, man. Back with a blog, man. Make sure that like button and subscribe button away, and I appreciate all the support, man. The riot went down last night. You had Loso and Geechee Gotti, Snake Eyes and Riggs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different battles on the card, man. Shout out to everybody that was on the card. You also had Eunice and Franchise. The list goes on. You did have two no-shows. You had two no Shotgun. Suge did not show up. He was supposed to battle Capo. Chef Trez did not show up. He was supposed to battle Billy Boondocks. So it really never really announced as to why they didn't come. The pay-per-view was $65, and I know people was complaining that that was a high pay-per-view for two battles not to go down, especially the magnitude of a Shotgun Suge and a Chef Trez, because those are two of the higher names on the card. So, but other than that, it was a good event though. I like the battles. Ballers actually showed up, and it was a good event. I want to talk about A Ward and Roc. Let's get into that because there's been a lot of like discussion on who won this battle. Obviously, Roc won the fan vote, like 61% to 39%. He also won the judges, which was like Quest McCody and some other niggas or whatever. I don't know all the judges. You know, Jay Murder, I think, was a judge. Quest McCody was a judge. I don't know everybody that was a judge, but so he won the voting, the judge voting, and he also won the fan vote as well. So, he got the win for the night, but we still gonna talk about the battle because the battle was pretty crazy. Before I get into that, the boss, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Verb's assistant, because your ass be in spaces with Verb all the time. I was like, I'm looking at her, I'm like, bro, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I rarely put women on a meat ride blog. It take a lot for a female to get on a meat ride list. But I was like, man, the boss had to be on a meat ride list. I ain't gonna even hold you.
That was crazy. I brung a whole list for A Ward. Like nominees. Sir. That was crazy. I said crazy. Tell him again. Sir. That was crazy. I said crazy. Tell him again.
Shout out to Boss, man. Shout out to Boss, man. I know you can get caught up in bars and everything. I know a lot of y'all don't really go to events, but when you go to events, you can get kind of wrapped up in stuff. You know, you can really turn into like a super fan mode. And I know she rock with Surf Heavy, which means she rocks with Rock Heavy. And
to the right, man, introduce yourself.
Man, free the wave, gun tight.
Happy birthday.
Gang, thank you.
Let's get into the battle, man. Round one. I think Ward won the coin flip. Roc went first. So that means Ward can already rebuttal all 3 rounds because Roc went first. I thought Roc was a little slow heating up. You know what I'm saying? He had the No God Just Me bar. That was cool. The Cain and Abel bar about the 4 horsemen really riding for you. Are they really your brothers? You know what I'm saying? Everybody was loving Cain until they weren't able to. He kind of flipped that Cain and Abel. But he really heated up when he got to when them shots go off. Even though horses start running.
Pistol dumping, hitting something. You know what's crazy? When them shots go off, them horses get to running.
Hey!
You know what's crazy? When them shots go off, them horses get to running. I love the moment. Pistol whip you till blood is on it. You want to know what else is crazy? Them horses ain't the only things with muzzles on it. Amen.
That shit was kind of nice. And he also had like a horseback riding kind of bar where he was kind of basically saying, I'm going to choke you and pull it up like I'm horseback riding. That was Roc's first round, but I actually felt like it took a little bit of time to heat up. So I'm looking at the round, I'm like, this round is definitely beatable. A Ward comes back. He kind of snatches the first round kind of fast. He does like 3 rebuttals. They got better as they went. The first rebuttal was just okay. The second rebuttal was pretty decent. The third rebuttal, he kind of flipped the whole Nueve translate with this 9 kind of bar because Roc had said Nueve earlier in the round. So that was a good rebuttal. But when he got to this bar right here, bro.
I need God badly. I feel like all these gun bars, he is not happy. He like, Ward, you pulling out Glocks and raps, cocking back and telling your ops in fact to drop addies. I said, Lord, don't the Bible say he who was without sin cast the first stone? Then he threw Roc at me, yo.
So yeah, that was a nice bar. He comes back. He says, for years, my grind has been godly. Every day is like the Wody list. I wake up, hustle first, and then coffee. I like that. I like that. Obviously, hustle was 1 on Cody. Coffee was 2. And then he said, I'm going to beat you by a latte. One thing I liked about A Ward in his first round, the things that he touched on that was kind of like overused angles for Tay Roc, he touched on it and he left it alone. Touched on it and left it alone. Like when he was talking about the whole little fight that went on with the double impact and everything, and he was talking about, you know, you good at the door or whatever, holding the door or whatever, and he kind of flipped it to a DoorDash scheme. He touched on that, left it alone. He also touched on when he talked about Lady Caution, he was like, yo, I saw you at WrestleMania, you know what I'm saying? You was in the nosebleed seats, and he was like, damn, Caution, you really are far from a ring. Basically saying you far from a ring, and you also far from a ring. I like that bar kind of a lot. He said something about I stick the blade in you and twist it. And he said, unfortunately, it wasn't the first time a man gave you butterflies. Basically saying I'm going to twist it like a butterfly, but a man fucking with you would also give you butterflies in your heart or whatever. That shit was kind of funny. So everything he touched on, he didn't stay on it. Like touched and go, touched and go. So I like his first round was pretty solid, bro. Like his first round, I mean, you couldn't really start no better versus Tay Roc. So I give it at least a 9. So I got him winning the first round pretty clear. Top of the second is on Roc, man. He has this whole Mount Rushmore bar about, you know, this Mount Rushmore shit is irrelevant. Roc is the whole mountain. Therefore, I'm one of the original elements. I like that. Basically saying, yo, if you think you on Mount Rushmore, if you think you got a place on the rock, just know that I am Roc. So he had that. He had a lot of Aaron flips in this. And there's not a lot, but he had a few Aaron flips. And he was trying to say, you know, A Ward's first name is Aaron. Aaron, and he was saying Aaron like I'm airing the gun, like AIRING or AIRIN or whatever.
Slow, chicken and waffles, the Roscoe, get blindfold, thrown in the trunk of a towel. I'ma count to 6 and hit him with a hollow. Count down before Aaron, it's a live show. Picture this white. Picture it. Picture this white boy letting 9s go. Won't happen like seeing Dirk with Quando Rondo in Chicago. I hit him with a combo. I'm Drago. I will punch this nigga till he die like Apollo, or show up in his hood strapped with mags. Put you on a tee with a lemon squeeze. It's a half and half. I have to laugh. I have to laugh. Kimsey, I have to laugh.
He had an AI artificial intelligence bar that was pretty cool. You can get stabbed, beat with a bat, or shot with these. I brought a whole list for A Ward, like nominees. Basically saying I brought a whole list of ways to kill you like nominees. The nominees bar was nice. The half and half bar was also nice. Roc had a pretty good second round, man. Round 2 is on A Ward. He rebuttals the Apollo stuff, like, you know, even I Touch Roc too, basically kind of like rebutting the whole Mount Rushmore thing, you know, like the Apollo. I also touched the Roc. You know, they always rub the Roc at the Apollo. It was cool. It wasn't super crazy. He had a Pokemon Blast Toys rebuttal that got a little reaction. It's a lot of Pokemon bars out there. You know what I'm saying? The one that's famous is the conceited one. You know, I Pikachu and then I Blast Toys. There's a lot of Pokemon Blast Toys joint. Normally, I like to have fun at events, but I want to see you die, choke, stumble, and slip. Donating blood is the only thing I want to see you give 100%. I like that bar from A Ward. Don't basically saying I want you to die so bad that you have to give your blood. So donating blood is the only way I want to see you give 100%. But this is where A Ward, obviously he lost his round to the fans. He lost his round to the judges on in the building. A Ward had a very good second round, bro. He had a very good second round. But I can tell at certain points that this is why he lost the round. There's a part of his second round where he gets into a little sing-along flow. And, you know, whenever you buy the pay-per-view, there's always a chat on the side. And he says this 100% bar. And everybody's like, ooh, we like that. Only time we want to see you donating blood is the only time we want to see you give 100%. People is fucking with it, right? After that, he gets into this little sing-along thing. And it's not terrible, but it wasn't really that good either. And I felt like it killed a lot of his momentum.
Why Riot books me? Because they understand scale, but they sent Spud Webb to try to cover Grand Hill. I only took Rock so the numbers can't build, and cause Twerk somewhere doing a running man still.
He gets back into it with an almost fight kind of thing, like, oh, no wonder you like wrestling. You know what I'm saying? You like wrestling at such an old age. No wonder you like wrestling, because even in wrestling, they almost fight. That was cool. That was a nice little way to pick back up steam. And also the dude, Trick Williams, the wrestler, he was in the building. So Trick Williams boos that bar, and he was like, yo, he does a Trick Williams trick shot freestyle, which gets the crowd really back on his side. He has a Daylight freestyle. Daylight's in the building. Have a Daylight freestyle. But he also lost the crowd as far as the chat. I'm telling you what the chat is saying as he's rapping. He gets into these struggle bars, and unfortunately, everything is stereotyped. So when you are a white guy, I'm not saying that he didn't struggle growing up, but when you are a white guy in a room full of niggas, which is a street-based league, last thing they want to hear is how a white dude struggled growing up. So he starts talking about the card is called Monopoly, and he starts talking about monopolies and how they had to move from home to home and house to house, and they had to, you know, just like sometimes you'll have a house and then you have enough houses and then you can buy a hotel like a Monopoly, and he had to move from a house to a hotel. So it was a lot of struggle rap.
To me, hold on, y'all want to talk Monopoly? Cool. My mother, it was hard for her. At the beginning of the month, they gave us different color money, a few $100s worth. She took a chance and sold the stamps because the food we got from church was still asking for extensions with the electric company and praying at the water works. Y'all want to talk?
It just wasn't hitting with the crowd. I mean, I ain't gonna say it wasn't hitting with the crowd. It wasn't hitting with a lot of fans that was watching on the pay-per-view. I'm reading the chat and they like, boring, dry, you know, we don't want like, so the sing-song joint and the Monopoly struggle bars is kind of where he lost a little momentum in this round. But I can't front. I kind of think in this round, he was a more well-rounded than Rock. Rock got a good second round, but man, it's hard to beat mid-round freestyles and shit like that. And I just feel like he had those. So it's a close round, but I could see why A Ward would win the second round, but he didn't win it to the judges. Third round is on Rock, man. He kind of does an A Ward Saga comparison, basically saying that Saga and A Ward rap the same, but the difference is the Saga is black and y'all said he wasn't good, and A Ward is white, and now y'all gassing everything he says. It was okay. I don't really feel like Saga and A Ward rap the same. I do get it. They rap about the same kind of stuff as far as Christianity and the Bible and all this kind of stuff, but A Ward with the rebuttals and everything definitely has his own style. And you already said he was a sports bar king. He was basically telling him in the second round that you like a sports bar kind of rapper. And Saga is not a sports bar rapper. So that was one thing. I do like the, you know, you could have battled me on, you scared to battle me on URL. You don't get a chance to start with the alphas. That little setup was kind of nice. He had a backwards bar that was kind of nice. He basically told him that your rebuttal game is crazy. It's just your writtens are the problem, which was kind of funny. 8-track down stereotypes bar was kind of cool. I don't really got to go through a lot of the third, man. Tay Roc kind of clearly won the third round to me. I don't really like a lot of the angles that Ward took in the third round. He started off with a little rebuttal about the Boston and the gassing that she was doing, but it wasn't really a good rebuttal, to be honest with you.
So we ain't heard
her coffee latte. But I don't know why you talking. Because I'm nice with balls. This is Rock. You duck. I'm the final boss.
Then he had a Kid Slade angle, basically saying you only did it for clout. The paperwork shit was corny. And how does it feel to know that Smack still books Kid Slade? So he believes in Kid Slade more than he believes in your story. It was cool, but it ain't Smack booking Kid Slade is really P. And they already invested in a contract with Kid Slade, so they're gonna fulfill the contract. So I felt like that angle really didn't hit that much. He kind of basically was saying you be sweating Smack, you don't got no businesses, websites closed, nothing. All you got is an app. That's really it. That didn't really hit that much to me because A-Ward be trying to get on URL too. You know what I'm saying? He's just not on there because they try to sign him for too long of a deal. But if he could get the kind of deal he wanted, he would be with URL as well. And so I don't really know about that one, but then he kind of heated up a little bit with a gingivitis bar and an Adderall bar to kind of end. But the reason why A-Ward is losing the fan vote and the judges. Now, don't get me wrong. He did enough to win the battle. You could argue he won the first 2 rounds, but he wrote down. He had a great first, a pretty good second, and a okay third. He set the bar so high, man. He had a really, I told you his first round is like a 9 or a 10. And then from there, you could argue that he kind of got into some pockets that weren't really hitting with the crowd. And he lost a lot of momentum moving down. Like he could start getting less and less reaction, even though he still had a good battle. So I got Roc clearly winning the third, Ward clearly winning the first. The second is debatable, but the people chose Roc. That's why he's winning 61% of the fan vote, and 3 of the 4 judges picked Roc. But A-Ward did enough to win that second round, though. I ain't gonna lie. A-Ward definitely did enough to win that second round. So I don't know. This is gonna count as a Roc win, but it's definitely controversial. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the Loso joint. Like a lot of people was wondering if he beat Loso or not, because he beat Loso on the votes as well. And you're not gonna really win with votes on Roc. Roc is obviously more popular. You kind of gotta knock him out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta and Loso or A-Ward, neither one of them knocked Roc out. Like Roc was still right there. And if it's a close battle, he's more popular than people. He's gonna win the fan vote. So he's gonna win a fan vote. But this was actually judges, like I said, Quest McCody, Jay Murder, and them were judges. But Ward did enough to win the first 2 rounds. He definitely did enough to win the first 2 rounds, but I'm always going to judge this battle and say Roc won. Anytime it's a judge battle, I'm just going to go with the judges, to keep it real with you. I mean, obviously they agreed to have the battle judged, or they were okay with it being judged, and you got to kind of roll with who the judges pick at the end of the day. That's why I don't be arguing about that Ultimate Man and shit with Serious Jones saying he beat, Rum Nitty and all these kind of stuff, and arguing about who Minnesota Luke and who Polo from Battle Fanatic picked. Like, I don't, like, at the end of the day, Rum Nitty moved on and Serious Jones went home. So it don't really matter who niggas thought won the battle. That's who the judges picked. And they obviously were okay with the judges and okay with everything. So that's how you got to call the battle. So Roc ends up winning this battle. But shout out to A-Ward, man. He definitely proved that he can hang with the elites. And it's not nothing we didn't already know. But he had a good battle, man. And a lot of people going to have him winning the first 2 rounds. Chris Unbiased, holla at your boy.